If you're looking to create a product to sell on the internet or to create a website, then you need to do some research to try and optimize the return you're going to get on the work that you've done. Now, if you're anything like me, you'll set up a spreadsheet like this and record the keywords you've reviewed, the number of searches per month that Google reports, the number of competing pages, the pay-per-click competition and the pay-per-click cost. Even if you're not using pay-per-click, this is actually quite useful information. The top site that is related to that keyword and the backlinks to the top site. So having set up the spreadsheet, first thing we need to do is to go to adwordsgoogle.com. I've already got an account here, and of course to get that account I've had to sign up with Google and provide them with information so that they can charge my credit card for all the ads that I place. You need to go to Tools, Keyword Planner, search for new keyword and group IDs. In this case we'll look for knitting. Now, Google is actually more interested in selling you AdWord than actually giving you useful information on making your decision. So the first thing it does is to give you AdWord group ideas. We'll switch to keyword ideas. You can search by these various columns. So you can see that the highest number of searches for the keyword knitting is actually crochet, with 1/3 search results a month. So if we now pick up and start filling in our information on here, so we've now got some of the columns filled in, but the keyword planner doesn't actually supply us with the number of competing pages. To do that, we need to pick up the keyword we're interested in, because I'm in the UK, this is used google.co.uk. It tells me there are 69.1 million results. That's another thing we can stick in here. Tells us which the top 3 search is. Which we can now put in there. And backlinks to the top site we can only find by using another tool. The only tool I'm reasonably familiar with is Alexa, and to get the backlinks to this site we would have to pay $45 a month. And that in total has taken me something in the order of a minute and a half to do one keyword, and it doesn't include yet the backlinks to the top site, which I've got to do by going to Alexa, and that will take me about another minute. So if you're going to do a fair number of these to give yourself the best chance you're going to find a result that is a good result, then you're going to have to do this quite a number of times, and that's going to be quite time consuming. So let's compare doing our keyword and niche research using a tool instead of manually. This is the 10-minute keywords tool, and you can see that we have options here for which Google server we want to use. We can enter in our keyword and click Start, and almost immediately we start to receive results. Now, rather than sit here and watch this, I'm going to pause the recording for a few moments and then restart when we've completed the search. So here we are at the end of the search. You can see that we found 100 keywords, which is what the engine is set to record, and that search took just over 6.5 minutes to run. The actual length of time it will take depends on things like your network speed, the response time of the individual websites that are being polled, but normally it will complete within 10 minutes for 100 keywords. Now you can see the results are exactly the same as the spreadsheet with 3 additional columns. Now these additional columns are actually the result of finding out if there is a website called, in this case, learntoknit.com exists, .org exists, but .net doesn't. This is done by doing what we call a ping to see if the site actually responds, and this doesn't guarantee that the domain name is available, but is a good guide as to whether or not you will be able to get a domain with that name. You can see the searches per month has been populated for us. All this information that we had to spend time collecting one line at a time using Google directly has been collected for us within 6 minutes. We can now do an analysis of what we've got here, and depending upon what you consider to be the key thing that you're looking for, you can look at these. They're color coded to give you some indication as to whether it's worth using that word. So generally anything less than 25,000 is a reasonable target, and anything above that is considered to be a bit too much competition. Sorted by searches per month, anything with more than about 30 searches a month or one a day is not worth considering. And that cost per click and cost per click competition is also very useful, because if someone is prepared to pay $1.38 for one click against Knitting Games, there must be money in that niche. But that's not the limit of what we have here. If we click on, say, Learn to Knit, we get this page which tells us the first page, Google search results. So you can see the top ranking page is eBay Beginners Knit, and so on, and that tells us the number of backlinks there are to that site. On the backlink information, this brings up the information on where the backlinks have come from. It tells us what the URL is, what the title of the page is, and what the anchor on that page is that is linking back to the page we were researching. You can see this has done all that would have taken us hours of work to do 100 keywords. We've done it in 6 minutes,